Should you buy Bioshock Infinite in 2021? Bioshock Infinite is easily the most polarising game in the Bioshock franchise, and so far this is the only Bioshock game I have personally played. From what I can tell, the game released to great reviews, but some fans of the originals felt like Bioshock Infinite was too different from the originals, which led to a more disappointing experience, but I don't have that perspective. Bioshock Infinite has its flaws, and I'll get into them in just a few minutes, but after I beat it a few days ago, I just can't stop thinking about Bioshock Infinite. So is Bioshock Infinite actually worth buying in 2021? We'll be talking narrative and gameplay. Leave your comments down below on how you feel about Bioshock Infinite, and join the Discord if you want to discuss it more in depth with everyone else down in the description. Thanks for the support, guys and girls. We have been growing like crazy.
Booker, are you afraid of God?
No. But I'm afraid of you.
Bioshock Infinite has an incredible narrative. I walked into this game knowing the story was good, judging by the reviews, but I did not expect the level of quality that I actually got. This is easily one of my favourite first-person narratives I have ever played, rivaling some of the best and most critically acclaimed games like Metro Last Light. I can't really put into words how incredible the story actually is. There are twists and turns around every corner with some of the best set pieces I've played, even if they are quite brief. Characters are all fleshed out extremely well, especially Booker, the main character, and Elizabeth, both having some incredible writing and, most importantly, consistent writing. These characters never switch at a moment's notice in the story. Everything feels earned every second of the game, leading to some mesmerising character moments between them, and the performances from Troy Baker and Courtney Draper, or Draper, I'm not too sure how to pronounce that, are some of the best in the industry, even when the game doesn't give them the traditional emotional beats to play off, which is a sign the direction for this game was clear from the start. Now, it's clear a lot of content was cut from the trailers, and sometimes it can feel like parts of the story were supposed to be a bit longer and a bit more fleshed out, especially with the Vox Populi, which is a faction that becomes very important towards the end of the game, but didn't get as much backstory as I wanted, or in fact needed. The big bad Comstock, weirdly enough, doesn't have a lot of screen time compared to the length of the story, but the threat he represents works really well whenever he speaks, which gives me chills, by the way.
Okay, sure I can get this thing going.
The Lord forgives everything, but I'm just a prophet, so I don't have to. Amen.
When I originally started the game, I was a bit irritated we were going to have to do the whole evil religious radical leader type story again, but I was pleasantly surprised by how it was handled, and is without a doubt my favourite narrative to feature these over-the-top religious villains, which says a lot because I hate that trope, mainly because I hate religion. Sorry if you're religious, I guess. The final twist of Bioshock Infinite that I won't spoil truly solidified it as one of my favourite narratives in a first-person shooter, offering a satisfying ending to an incredible story which many games fail to do. It catches you off guard and leaves you wanting to play through the whole game again, and it's not one of those cheap twists. It all makes sense right at the end, especially once you think about it for 5 minutes and you see all the little hints around every corner. It's some top tier stuff in my opinion. Set piece after set piece, villain after villain, the game only improves over time, exploring new themes, adding more subtext to the game's overall narrative. I can definitely see the narrative being the main focus rather than the gameplay, so I think we should get into the gameplay section. There is so much I could go more in depth in, but I don't want to make you sit through a 30-minute video, so join the Discord in the description below if you want to talk more about Bioshock Infinite's narrative, and even gameplay and various other games. That's why it's there. I can't wait to see you guys there. Now, a lot of the criticism was of the gameplay and how it was dumbed down for more casual audiences, and I'm going to annoy a lot of people here, but I just personally, I don't really care. I absolutely loved the gameplay. Now, it's not perfect. Some mechanics could have been more dynamic, like the Vigors, which give you superpowers basically, but a lot of them really did the same thing, or were either less useful than the other beginning powers like Devil's Kiss and Possession, but the overall gameplay here is just bloody incredible. I can't remember the last time I had this much fun in an FPS single player game, and that's really important to me, the idea of fun. The skyhooks add so much versatility to the gameplay, giving you so many options to handle each encounter, giving you that sense of speed that feels so damn good. You can jump to a hook, shoot an enemy at high speeds, jump off the hook onto an enemy, setting the enemy on fire, only for Elizabeth to teleport a giant Patriot to back you up with a bloody minigun. There is so much variety in what you can actually do, but this did come at the sacrifice of gunplay. The gunplay here is very basic, I'll admit it. A lot of the weapons here feel very samey and all do equal amounts of damage most of the time, so there is rarely a trade-off leaving you to pick which gun you actually prefer the look of and actually just stick with it. It is unfortunate because of the creativity of the world the developers built, but overall it really didn't take too much from the experience for me. Elizabeth is handled so well in gameplay. You don't have to protect her. I mean, half the time she's the one who saves your ass after you've pushed an enemy arrogantly only for it to teleport some health kits to heal you. It really helps sell the narrative as well as you come to realise the extent of her abilities and really ties a nice little bow on the gameplay design. Level design very rarely feels samey and each location feels unique and offers different aesthetics compared to the previous era you entered, avoiding the trap of boring worlds with great gameplay that Call of Duty often falls in. The set pieces here are just mesmerising and is almost never cinematics only. During those big moments you have full control over where and what you want to do, making it feel more epic than it already is, adding so much quality to these encounters compared to some of the other single player FPS games that often choose cinematic moments over gameplay to add that epic factor to it. Bioshock Infinite has an incredible gameplay loop, offering new and creative options every step of the way. You will never get bored and are always adapting to the next situation you have encountered. It's criminal how Bioshock Infinite didn't reach a larger audience, and I can only hope that Bioshock 1 could top Infinite. You should absolutely buy Bioshock Infinite in 2021. Thank you for watching.